Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. So today's message from Ariah was just breathe. Kind of a literal, like, how important breathing is, and obviously on multiple levels, breathing keeps you alive, but I'm speaking more of, breath work and focusing on your breath, that meditative state, changing your vibration through your breath, that sort of thing. Because of what's going on in this crazy world right now. A lot of people are getting very sucked into this whole created chaos. And I'm going to try to choose my words very carefully through this video because I had another video taken down where I spoke of something kind of similar. So I'm going to try to tiptoe around things, so try to stay with me here. So a lot of people are losing their jobs, obviously, with these mandates, the people who are standing up to it. And then you just have this growing sense in a lot of people of this mistrust of, the government and where all of our money is going, and how we've really just turned into a tax farm and tax slaves for these elites. And it's driving a lot of people nuts, and they don't know what to do. And what my fear is, and I don't like to have fear, that's kind of a bad word, but that it's going to devolve into some real chaos soon. And I have a solution to offer, so stay tuned for that. I will get to that here shortly. But here's the thing that they really want. Whether you are for the V because you think it helps, or you're against the V, either way you're perpetuating fear, right? So you're perpetuating on this side by going along with the illusion that this, pandemic is what they say it is, and not something more. And then you go on the other side and you have this where they say it's not what it is, and the V is what's going to kill you, and the V is what's spreading the real virus, whatever you want to say. While both may be correct, we don't know. I've shown a video before, I'll link it in the description, about there's always three sides to the truth, and how perception plays a large part in all of this, and what's true and what you believe to be true. All of these play a factor. But either way, you're spreading fear if you're on either side of that coin. So how do we fix it? How do we prevent the chaos? We stop playing the game. It's that simple. Once we all stop participating, there is no more game. There is no more tax farm. There is no more experimental crowd, whatever you want to call it. But that's really as simple as it is. I know it's not easy, and it's not just you and I. It's got to be all of us together, or at least a significant portion of all of us. And that's the way all of this changes. That's the way it stops. That's the way it ends. That's the way we get our freedom back. That's the way we live the life that we were intended to live on this planet, is when we realize and we break free from the restraints and controls that have been placed upon us through mental manipulation, through thinking that this authority is real and derived from some place other than you allowing it to happen to you. Because that's really what it is. It's you allowing it to happen to you. And I know that's a lot for some people to swallow there, because one, we've been so ingrained in this victimhood mentality society that we've created, where everything is somebody else's problem. It couldn't possibly be us because we're perfect, because our parents told us that, right? Our whole lives. So it couldn't possibly be our fault. It has to be society's fault. It has to be everybody else's fault. Now, what happens when everybody in society says, wow, this is my fault? How do we stop? We stop participating. We stop playing the game. Then what happens? Change. We get to where we're supposed to be, where we want to be. Which is why me sharing this and you sharing this video, or making your own video, or going and talking to somebody and sharing these comments and these concerns and these ideas, that's how it changes. It's through information, through awareness, and through our own actions that this stops. And so in quantum physics, I believe it is, I'm not a scientist, but there is many studies that lend credence to the idea that basically the only thing that exists is what you are observing at the time that you're observing it. Sounds crazy, I know, but so if we're all just the creators of what we're observing around us, and then that creation of all of our individual observations creates the collective consciousness, if we're only creating things that we're observing, and only things that we observe exist, what happens to things that we stop paying attention to? What happens when we stop believing in things, and we stop giving them credence, and we stop giving them our attention? What happens to them? If that theory is correct, and only things that we observe exist, then the opposite would be true also, yes? So stop paying attention. Stop playing their game. Whatever side you're on, whether you're on the Patriot side or you're on the, you're stuck in the 3D side, whatever side it is, it takes two people to play chess, correct? You need one person, a chessboard, and another person. So here's them, and here's us. And here's the game. If we walk away, it's just them playing the game by themselves. I know it sounds crazy, but it's that simple. And all of this ends when we say it does. When we all have had enough. And this doesn't have to be violent. That's what everybody needs to realize. This does not have to be a violent revolution. All this has to be is stop participating in the game that they have been forcing upon us for centuries. That's all it is. Stop paying your taxes. Stop doing the things that are creating their wealth and taking away the wealth from everybody else. Stop listening to their, extreme mandates and laws and all these other things that do nothing but profit politicians and corporations. Stop participating. And everybody has a different level of that. I'm not telling you to stop, buying groceries or stop shopping at certain, I get that part of it. But stop participating in when they tell you to do something and it doesn't make sense, don't do it. Why do you think you have to? Where is this authority derived from? Did you sign anything that says you have authority over me? Did you get a vote in it? Did you have any say so? I know I fucking didn't. I'm not going to participate in someone else's illusion. I'm going to create my own illusion. You guys are welcome to join. But this is how it starts. We have to take back the control. We have to take back the power. And it starts by just breathing. Going back to the beginning message. Okay? Turn off your TV. Turn off your social media. Or, social media has its good points too. So let me give you a hint how this works. There is an algorithm that controls what you see in your feed and everything. Twitter, Facebook, all those things. So, every time you stop when you're scrolling, even if it's for a second, half second, and you look at something, it makes a note of that. So the longer you sit and look at something, it's going to say, this person likes this type of videos. So if it's politicians telling you what to do all day, or if it's people arguing about politicians telling you what to do all day, that's what your news feed's going to be. So every time you stop and you look, and it's, got my attention, longer it stays, now they think that's what you like and that's what you want to see. So that's what your algorithm's going to be. That's what your news feed's going to be. If you want to change that, understand this, which is what I did, pay attention to the things that you want to see. So for instance, for me, it was music stuff, or spiritual stuff. When I see it, stay there for a while. Look at it. Don't even look at it. Just leave it on your phone if you want to do that. Reprogram the algorithm. Then what you'll start to notice is when you go on social media, you start to see things that you like. You start to see things that make you happy instead of the opposite, where you're going on there and you're like, oh, these motherfuckers. That's what I was doing a lot. So change your algorithm, change your perspective, tune out, breathe, find your breath, and just go within. Listen for those answers. What is it telling you? Is it telling you that this is all real? Participate and be part of this tax form. Or is it telling you that this isn't all an illusion and things don't sit right? Things don't make sense. Things keep contradicting themselves. Things don't add up. I know that's where most of us are at. So if that's where you are, breathe, tune out, and stop playing the game. And please share this video because everybody needs to hear this message. Everybody needs to know that they have the power to take control over what's happening. Yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in. If you got any value out of this, please, as always, hit the subscribe button. Lets me know that it's resonating with you. And like I said, please share this, because the faster that we all wake up and take our power back, the faster all this ends. And I know that everybody watching this video is tired of all this. So let's get the message out there. Spread it far and wide. Whether it's me that you want to share this message, or go make your own video, go shout on top of a mountain, however you got to do it, we got to get this message out. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. I will see you on the next video. Love and light.